see one car in the pit lane, and I see the lights coming out, and they are gone. Sears in the lead, Zoltan second. They are having a good start there. Zoltan stays behind and already moving to the outside there. We are going 4 wide at the back though, and already almost 3 wide into the first turn. And there's Bill, unfortunately not getting a good start there and holding up a lot of cars in the midfield there. Sears stays first, Zoltan second, Pedro third, and unfortunately there's someone causing a bit of a collision there, and Colden is out of the pack there in 19th place. Sears stays ahead, Zoltan second, Pedro third, Giuliano up into 4th place, Carlos 5th. And they might be going side by side behind him. Yeah, it's Sonny on the outside. He's gonna bail out of it. Stay in 8th place. But unfortunately, there's some trouble around there. I don't really see who was the one causing the problem, but I see some cars, unfortunately, having a rough luck here. Bill is one of them, and Andras is the other one. And Colden just manages to get past them while they are recovering. Some other cars are going off as well, and temporarily we have a 3 wide on the down here. And ahead of Miguel is a side-by-side action. And there's someone just right on his bumper as well. And they're going side-by-side into the final turns. And out of it they go. Almost bumper to bumper. Andreas has a weird move. Has to save the car on the turn. Does it well. But he's gonna drop down into 10th place now. Up ahead, Giuliano. He's having a look on Pedro, sizing up the situation. Be careful with the sausage curb there. And someone got a slowdown penalty. I'm not sure who that was. Andreas. He's down into 11th place. And gets a slowdown penalty. And a whole lot of drivers get penalties there as well. We have some close situations on track. One is happening right here. Sonny tries the outside for the next turn here. Temporarily it was the inside there, but for the next corner it would have been the outside, but he thinks different of it and stays behind instead. The 2 cars ahead of him are having a good scrap though. We're on board with Sonny currently in 7th place, and everyone tries to have a look on the other. Unfortunately, one of the cars had a crash in the background as well. But this is tight racing right here. A bit further behind them is also some close battle for 9th place. And unfortunately, Biel in 17th place now is getting a slowdown penalty. Oh, what's going on here? Colden is deciding to use the car to talk loud. Not something I'm very much appreciating. There's a time and place for everything, and this is not really it. Unfortunately, we have one car retiring now. And I believe that was Ruben. I didn't see what was the damage. All I saw it was the game telling me that it was 100% damage and that he was somewhere up here. So unfortunately I missed out on that. But if I would have to guess, maybe there was a collision or he slid out in the first turns. Maybe had some suspension damage going over the sausage curbs. Happens a lot more often than you would think. Alright, Miguel is getting a slowdown penalty. He's in 9th place and behind him is Andreas. Sonny is currently up into 6th place. So he was able to survive what happened around him. And there's one car. Yeah, Erie. He slid out here. Maybe lowered the car, but now it's crab walking like hell and it's not gonna help him whatsoever. Bit further ahead. Fight for 3rd place between Giuliano and Pedro. This is a fight for the last place on the podium. From the looks of it, all of the other places are so far ahead that it's non-achievable. And this is some close drafting here. Behind them there's a yellow flag brought out, and maybe Miguel was the car causing the problem. But look at that, Giuliano goes around on the outside and takes the 3rd place. Unfortunately, he does get a slowdown penalty, but he's the car ahead. He can do that. He can hold him up temporarily, I guess. I'm not sure if it was Gordon or Andrea still, or Tony, who brought out the yellow flag, but some of them spawned back as well. Siors is still in the lead, Zoltan still 2nd, and Giuliano is holding on to 3rd place now. Further behind there's one car spinning and there's some confusion again. George Tenorio was the car spinning behind. He was in 8th place, and unfortunately that's not gonna help him now. He's way too behind the others. Oh, 2 cars taking each other out in the hairpin, and that's what you hate to see the most. One of them on the spot retiring because of 100% damage. And if you want to ask my opinion, that is just not nice driving, and Gordon retires on the spot as well. Alright, strong fight here for 4th place between Pedro and Carlos. It looks like Giuliano has went away. There might have been some yellow flags up ahead here, so some of the cars may have had a moment there, 1 or 2. Tyron is getting a slowdown penalty, he's in 10th place. So we have this for 4th place, this battle for 4th place, and we also have a battle a bit further back for 10th place between Tyron and Philip. And Christian is getting a slowdown penalty. Alright, they're not gonna try a move here. That's for sure. So let's check if these two are gonna have a move on each other or not. And let's check it from Miguel's onboard camera here. Looks like no move was made, but Philip did go wide through the corner. That allowed Miguel to close up, and there's a yellow flag ahead. It looks like George spun here and he's bringing out the yellow flag. Oh, the 2 yellow cars just ahead of them are going for a battle now. That's between Miguel and Philip. Miguel stays ahead, holds on to the place. Let's check the battle for 4th place between Carlos and Pedro. Gap between these two is almost non-existent. 5.5 minutes left from the race. Leaders are far ahead, but there's plenty of action still in the race. Let's see, Pedro is right behind. He tops out on speed on the straight, but will he be able to get around in the corners? Oh, Carlos does hold a line ahead of him, and it kind of looked like the 2 of them touched there under braking. Let's check these two here. Oh, one of them goes wide. Tyron, oh, just manages to get back on track behind the car, but unfortunately for Tyron, who is ahead of the two of them here, he has a slowdown penalty. Miguel also gets a slowdown penalty, so he's not gonna be able to push it as much as he wants it, unless if he can find a solution here in the hairpin, but looks like he's slowing down there. Oh, they are going side by side here. These are front-wheel drive cars, so it's easy to put down and get around the straights. And we also don't know how much push to talk push to talk push to pass they have still. Alright, this might be interesting. This is the battle for 4th place, and it's now turning into a 3-car battle. Oh, Pedro and Carlos touch there, and Sonny is right behind them. Let's watch it from his onboard. Oh, slides on the corner, and he gets around. Pedro loses a place. Sonny moves up into 4th place. Sorry, 5th place. Carlos may be able to breathe now a bit, but not for long, because the cars behind him are still there to fight him. A bit further behind, the 2 yellow cars and the 1 grey car are still there to fight each other, but for some reason Tyron feels like he needs to break the draft behind. And unfortunately Miguel behind him gets a slowdown penalty, so it's like they are evening each other out. 2nd place gets a slowdown penalty, but he's more than, yeah, he's about 6 seconds ahead of the others, so he can deal with that. Alright, we started with 20 cars. We are down to 14 now. But if you ask me, what matters is that we still have some good racing here. We have a 3-car battle here. And unfortunately, I think Philip... Yeah, Philip! He lost it. And he retires. Miguel is still here to fight with Tyron. And the battle here for 4th place is still going on, as Pedro tried it to have a move there, but Sonny stays in 5th place there. Look at that, how much the rear of the Audi moved out during that corner. That's great that they are able to save it and stay as close as they want to the others. But now it might turn into a 4-car battle actually, because there's Christian behind them, closing in. The gap is about 2 seconds, but if they keep this battle up, that 2 seconds is gonna go away without trouble very quick. Oh, Sonny goes wide there. That's probably gonna be a slowdown penalty that he needs to serve. That's a pretty long one actually, because I think he slowed down for the hairpin, but that didn't really clear it up. Well, if I can rely on the graphics there. There we go, it's cleared up now. But look at that, there's another 3-car battle behind as well, and that's between Miguel, Tyron and George. And Tyron tries to stay on the inside there, but here comes Miguel on the outside and he goes off track. And now comes George. Here's the opportunity for him. Moves up on the inside, but can he hold on to it? They are still going side by side. In the meantime, Carlos and Sonny having a scrap. And looks like George is making a contact with Tyron, and Tyron is losing a place there. In the meantime, Pedro moves up into 5th place. Sonny loses down into 6th. But here comes Sonny. He might try to stay in the draft of Carlos ahead. And we just lost Pedro. We just lost Pedro. Alright. But that was something. I didn't click away. We just simply lost him. Odd. Very odd. Unfortunately, Tony in the meantime in 12th place spin out or had some problems. That's interesting. The game tells me Pedro has 100% damage. And he left the session now. Odd. They were right next to each other, so I don't know what could have happened to him. They were right in the shot as well. Something doesn't add up. And looks like Miguel is in trouble. He's almost stopping on track. I think he's actually gonna stop on track there. He may have run out of fuel. Game doesn't tell me that he would have damage. Oh! But Christian does! For sure. Either way, that's the final lap, by the way. We got carried away so much with the action that I forgot how much time is left. So Sion wins the race, Zoltan second, Giuliano in third. Here comes Carlos in 4th place, and Sonny is running out of fuel on the final corner, and he's gonna lose out on so much now. Oh, he had such a good race, but he's gonna... This is gonna be very... This race might haunt him for a good while. Everyone is just going by him and he's not gonna be able to finish it. The game actually gives you a penalty for staying on track if you do it long enough, and I think, yeah, Sonny is now back into the pits. So that lap time from Sonny, I believe it got deleted. So he actually, while he was fighting for 5th place at one point, he's gonna finish 12th. Ouch. Well, that was a good example of what can you expect from Race Room in the ranked races.